Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about a fun new variant play mode for Armada that I've been working on, largely inspired by Grand Admiral Mithron Neurodo, or Senior Captain Mithron Neurodo, depending on which books you are reading, called Secret Fleet. And it's an alternative way that you can play Star Wars Armada. Very, very, very simple rule set, very simple way to play Armada, and completely change up your strategies and have a lot of new fun with this game. And I really want to get your feedback. If you are new here to the channel, there's still time left to enter to win that $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. So, what is Secret Fleet? Well, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but I have been reading all of the Thrawn books, and it has certainly inspired the idea of encountering an enemy fleet that you've never seen before. Or at least enemy ships that you have never seen before. Or maybe ships that you have seen before, but you're not familiar with this particular ship. Like, hey, that's a Star Destroyer. Well, I don't know what Star Destroyer it is unless they reveal themselves. What if they want to stay secret? What if they're on some kind of secret mission? And I don't know exactly what their offensive and defensive capabilities are. And that's the idea of this game mode, and it's kind of like a theme through some of the Thrawn books, and hopefully that's not really spoilery, but that's just sort of kind of a philosophy that Thrawn tends to apply, is trying to gather as much information as he can through deductive means. He's kind of like space Sherlock Holmes. I talked about this a little bit in my live stream yesterday, so if you guys don't always check out my live streams, there's a lot of pretty interesting things in there that you can glean. So I want to talk a little bit more about this particular game mode. I'll probably put a write-up for this on Crabbok.com. If you guys haven't already, check out Crabbok.com. I've got some other free Armada resources on there as well as AI for Legion as well, the space station expansions, a lot of other stuff. So pretty cool stuff. So basically, in a nutshell, Secret Fleet, you play with all of your upgrade cards hidden. You can put them underneath your ship card. As a matter of fact, you will also probably take some additional upgrade cards that aren't in use, or at least regular card size playing cards, and put those underneath there too to kind of balance it out. But yes, this is an informal. This is not an official mode of play or anything like that. This is something that I came up with, and I want to get your feedback on, because I think it's a super fun way to play. A game might look a little bit like this. Obviously, you'll have squadrons out there. The squadron game is largely unaffected. It really applies to the ships. So the idea is, I'm Leia, you're the Empire or whatever. The only upgrade card, or the only card in your entire fleet that will be revealed at the beginning of the game, is your commander, thus designating your flagship, thus designating your commander's ability. And this kind of represents the fleets encounter each other, and that initial hail, that initial open channel, where you ask them to surrender, and they're like, and Grand Admiral Thrawn's like, clearly, Leia, I cannot surrender to you, but I offer you the opportunity to surrender to me, and something like that. So they have their little repartee back and forth, and then all of a sudden, damage happens. So we know, you're gonna know where the flagship is, but you're not gonna know anything else. You're not gonna know what's on these enemy ships. You're not gonna say, you're like, oh, there's a Gazanti over there. Wait, are they running Bomber Command Center? Are they running CommsNet? Are they running Slicer tools? Because these are things you wouldn't know in a battle. This is information you wouldn't have. What you would have, at least in this case, is general information on, well, that's a Gazanti class, carriers. Those are, according to our Imperial record, according to our records, that's a standard Gazanti class, and so that's going to tell you a little bit about them, and that's why you can see the ship cards. Thrawn's gonna be able to, like, oh yes, that is an MC-80 assault carrier, dangerous side arcs. Commander, try to put yourself directly in front of their ship, right? Something like that. That's kind of the only information you would have. But there's gonna be some interesting things along with this too. Like, you might see, like, they're running 2 gladiators. Wait. As one, you won't know if, like, is one of those the Demolisher? They're both getting kind of close. Maybe this one's getting a little closer. Maybe that's the one I should stay away from, and you're not going to know these things until they are revealed. How do they get revealed? Very, very easy. When you use them. So whenever you use an upgrade card, then you pull it out, flip it over, and now it's public knowledge. Now it is face up for everybody to see. Of course, if it's something that needs to get exhausted, then it of course goes face down, but it's no longer hidden underneath the ship card. And that's basically how this game works. And then at the end of the game, you can go back and look and see like what everything they had, and then it gives you some extra post game talk. To talk about what they had, and kind of like, oh, you see, this guy was actually running this thing the whole time. I was really hoping you would get close, which is a really fun way to play. For example, maybe I have a ship with XI7 turbo lasers, and you haven't a lot of times if you see somebody coming with XI7s, you're going to know in advance, like, oh wait, this guy's lasers are going to be very, very hard hitting, and I'm not going to be able to redirect. So I need to prepare for that before I get into firing range. But maybe in a realistic combat scenario, with a realistic fleet battle, you might not know that your enemies upgraded their turbo lasers to the XI7 variant until all of a sudden you're too close, and he's hitting you with those. And so you might, the first time you get shot by that, you're like, oh, now we know that ship has XI7s, and all of a sudden they come out. And so this could suddenly be way more powerful. But something, and titles too would be hidden. But, so like Vanguard, for example, you might think it would be hidden because, hey, it gives you another upgrade. Well, that's fine because that card is also going to go underneath. But in this case, any card that makes changes at the beginning of the game, that's when you are going to reveal this. So if you had like multiple Nebulon Bs, it would still be face down until, of course, at the start of the first round. So during setup and stuff, your opponent might not know which Nebulon B is which, and then all of a sudden, boom! At the start of the first round, that's when you're going to reveal this. You're going to replace one of your defense tokens with a redirect defense token. Now, of course, this is a May, so if you want to keep this one hidden, you can optionally do that. You would lose the ability to use the second half, but so anything that would that automatically must do something, you must do. Obviously, this is a casual friendly format because it does allow for the potential for somebody to do something incorrectly and thus cheat. Like maybe put 2 officers on one ship or 3 different turbo laser options on one ship or something like that. So obviously, if you're going to play this, don't cheat, right? But that's, granted, if you're playing with a friend, you shouldn't have to tell them not to cheat. So it's not something that, it really lends itself too well to a tournament format, but it could, because you'd still have to submit your lists to a TO. And then, of course, they could inspect your build ahead of time. And of course, you would not be allowed to swap, cards from one upgrade, from one ship to another. And of course, over multiple rounds of a tournament, people are going to kind of catch wind of what you have. And there's, you just have to kind of say, hey, don't talk about, the fleet compositions. Some things may get noticed, like if you're, you can't keep it 100% full secrecy. So this is more of a just kind of standalone for fun type of game to play. And another way to kind of capture the illusion, like if you got, 3 assault frigates, for example, and none of them have any upgrades except for one that has 4 or 5 cards underneath it, it's going to be kind of obvious. So, take a couple of other commander cards or other similar sized cards, put those underneath. Obviously other commanders wouldn't be able to go on there. So, there's a lot of different ways to kind of keep the mind games going as to, in case you wanted to run naked ships that were there just purely as a decoy. And that would be kind of one of the cool things about running maybe 2 different gladiators. Maybe one is Demolisher with all the nasty stuff, and then the other one has literally nothing on it. Maybe it has nothing at all, or maybe it has 7th Fleet and it's going to offer some help to the Star Destroyer. Or maybe that'll get revealed at a certain time, and then all of a sudden, oh, well, now I can get close to that guy. It's not such a big deal, But they might lure people into a false sense of security. You might have an empty gladiator bluffing, playing chicken against another fleet, and they're running away from it like crazy, forcing them to make some strange and crazy decisions. So there's really a lot of real fun things you can do with this. All those special critical effects we talked about. Gladiator, we talked about Demolisher. assault concussion missiles. Boom. Oh, did I have an MC30 that was close to you? No problem. It's you didn't know what it was running. Maybe it was running nothing. Maybe I didn't have the points for that, or maybe I did, and all of a sudden, ouch! Now we know that that ship is nasty. Or maybe it was on a ship that doesn't always take assault concussion missiles. So it's pretty cool. Demolisher, again, just a fantastic option here. You can't break the rules of something either. So you wouldn't be able to have Demolisher hidden. Just because it's hidden doesn't mean it's not in play. So you wouldn't be able to stand still during your attack step and make 2 attacks and be like, oh well, you didn't know it was Demolisher, so I could do that. No, you can't do that. So this also offers a little bit of a bluff mechanic, because if you've got some card restrictive behavior, like for example, if you run a slaved turrets, which is you can only attack once, maybe you have a ship that's only attacking once. There's lots of reasons you might only attack once, and that can be a way to wait, is there a reason they're only attacking once, right? Whole new level of mind game you might have here in Armada now. Now, there's some other corner cases that are kind of interesting here. So, like Admiral Radis gets to take stuff and put it off the table. So, you'll be able to take a whole ship and have that kind of warp in late. And so, in this case, you would want to have that ship set aside ahead of time. It would be a hidden ship. Now, it can be pretty tricky to completely hide an entire ship from your opponent. So if you're running a Radis fleet, you might want to bring a decoy ship or something in there. That's and again, you got to trust that the person's not going to cheat and they'll be like, oh well, in this case, I'd really rather have the black dice ship. So but basically, kind of maybe put in a cardboard box or something like that your fleet, so this way somebody can't see what you're running ahead of time. Because anything that you're going to set aside with Radis, same thing goes with Profundity. At least in the case of Profundity, however, that is a title, and thus it is hidden until such time that it matters. So things that are setting stuff, setting stuff aside, before game, then you're fine. Those are going to stay hidden until such time that they launch. And a really good example of that is rapid launch bays. You'll have your squadrons set aside ahead of time, and then you're not going to, and then you're going to surprise people even more. And so this is one of the few ways squadrons actually can be kind of hidden and surprised. Now, named squadrons, there's no way of really keeping those abilities secret. If I see hey, that's Luke Skywalker's picture on that X-Wing, well then, surprise, surprise, hey, that's Luke Skywalker. I already know what his ability does. So the squadrons really aren't going to be affected that much, but it's rapid launch base is a good way to do that. Now, difference here is going to be Invisible Hand, the new title. It's kind of similar to rapid launch base. That one would have to get revealed right away because that is happening during the game, like during deployment. You're pausing. You're setting them aside, during the game. So that one is a little different. So that would get it, unless of course you opted not to do that. But of course you're going to go ahead and do that. So there's a lot of really interesting use cases for this. It makes those boarding teams a lot more interesting. You can get close. You can do crazy things with the boarding teams. You can have your onagers firing, their super weapons once they place oh wait, you placed it at long range. Of course I did, because boom, I did this, so that's when you have to reveal anything here, and you might deliberately, misplace some stuff to lead people on and make them think that you're running certain upgrades that you're not. I think it's a super fun alternative way to play. Check out Armada Secret Fleet. I also want to hear from you guys. If you do play Secret Fleet, let me know how it goes. Join my Discord. We've got a link for Discord down in the description below. I'd love to talk with you guys who are setting this up to play. Obviously, this is incompatible with the AI I have for Armada, because you're not really going to be secret against an AI, and so it's not usually. Most of the stuff that I run tends to be compatible with other stuff. This one is definitely not compatible with the AI, but it's a fun way to play against a friend. And since things are starting to open up again, vaccines are becoming more readily available, and people are kind of hitting that first dose, second dose, getting that full immunity, and able to kind of get out more, and a lot more people are slowly kind of emerging back into society, and just get out there, get some gaming in, stay safe, and do good things. But here's an alternative way for you to play. I imagine the first time you get out there to play, you're probably going to want to play normal. But one time goes by, if you've been, if you're able to play and you want to try something different, this could be a fun way to do things. It also might be possible, and let me know, since I don't normally play on like TTS or Vassal or anything like that, but I wonder if this is an alternative mode that you potentially could do in one of those game formats. Let me know in the comment section what you think about that as well. All right, you guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching. We have some more stuff coming up with there's another Armada bat rep up on Patreon right now. That one will be coming out pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And, of course, new Armada news as we get it. We've got more ships on the way. The rest of Wave 10 is, of course, showing up for people around the globe, except for in the United States, where people like me are still waiting for that pre-order to show up. So when they do show up, I will be bringing them to you, and maybe we'll get some more repaints in, and hopefully some more double crit speculation shows coming up each month, and then lots more Armada news as it comes out. All right, guys, that's so much. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I couldn't do this without you, so thank you for your continued support. If you're interested in learning more, check the links in the description below. We also have links for social media, the t-shirt shop, all that stuff. I want to thank you so much, and as always, have a great day.